Aha! I figured out how to record, and in order to make it a recording, it actually goes onto YouTube. So we are gonna be famous one day, you know? You never know. Ay, mi madre. Chisette, hi, how are you? Chisette. And Olasia, how are you? I can't see your face.
You can't?
No, I could see her. Oh, Miriam is on and Anna is on. Hey, hey, hey. And who's this? And Jowdy. Nice. Hi, Jowdy. And somebody with an iPad is on.
Okay, so right now I'm taking the baby a bath, so you might not see me. I'm just using my two hands. I'm going to put you in my pocket.
What?
I said I'm taking the baby a bath, so I need two hands, so you might not see me for a few minutes.
That's okay.
I'm listening, though. I'm listening.
Oh, I like the sunshine, by the way. Is that her?
Yeah, that's her. That's Anna. All righty. And
hi, guys.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start, and because we only get 40 minutes for the conference through Zoom. And what we want to do is kind of go over a little bit about keeping the momentum going. As you can tell, we met this past weekend, and what we call a meet and greet. So what we've tried to do is establish one of these meetings where we can get to meet our challengers and new coming coaches. So we formed that connection because as humans, we need to have a connection to other people. And we find that when we can connect with other people, we can hear their stories, we can learn from them, we can understand basically that we're not alone, that our struggles are not ours by ourselves, that we have other people that can be helped by our struggles, as well as we can learn from them. So by doing that, we find that it improves our lives. So thank you for those who came out. And if you're local, we will try to be doing these more often, maybe like once a month or once every 2 months, because we do find that it is important for us to connect. Okay? Now, as you can tell also in the chats, once this happened, everybody was very active and we were talking about things and sharing ideas and talking about how to become more engaged in the business. And we want to make sure that we keep it going. We don't want to have like an up and then a down, because in this business, when you're up, you're really up. And when you're down, you're really down, because it is an emotional business. So we want to make sure that when it's a good day, you show up. When it's a bad day, you show up. When you're busy, you show up. When you're not busy, you show up. Why? Because consistency will pay off tomorrow. You work hard today because you're going to actually enjoy the benefits of it tomorrow. Is it easy all the time? Heck no, it is not. But if life were easy, then we would all think...
I don't think it would be life.
It would be life. It would be called something different. So show up every day. Just chime in. Share a little bit of what you have. Share something that you're doing in the chats. Share it in our pages. And in speaking of pages, let me just give you a little bit of like a rundown or a description, because we have had a few newcomers coming in, and it's good for us to understand what we have, right? So our challenge groups are the place where we are born, basically, is where we come together. When we first started as a challenger, we came into this place, and it was your place to find help, to find tips, to find inspiration and motivation, right? It's where you hold yourself accountable, because even if you are a coach or if you consider yourself still a challenger, it is the place where you still come into and you report, because one of our 3 vital behaviors is our product of the product. And how can we make sure that we are product of the product? We're product of the product when we work out and when we eat healthy and when we drink our Shakeology every single day. So by posting in your challenge groups, you're doing the first part. You're being product of the product, okay? The next thing is that when you came in as a challenger in the challenge groups, it felt good when someone else replied to a post that you had. It felt good to know that you posted a question and that not only your coach commented on your post, but that other people in the group commented as well, because of the connection. You know, there's a piece about us humans that we like to connect with one another. So it feels like, oh, so-and-so likes or agrees with what I think, or so-and-so had something to add, so I can learn to that. And you don't feel like you're alone. So just because you may not have a lot of challengers doesn't mean you shouldn't comment. And I know that in the 21 Day Fix group, we have a large amount of people in there. Yeah, so if you go down the list, you might not want to comment on every single person, but pick and choose and comment and become actively engaged in the posts that people are having, okay? Because it keeps us active, okay? And let's say the welcoming. And I have an issue with this, and I had posted a video not too long ago in the challenge group. There's a lot of scenes and very few likes or even comments. So people are seeing these things. We should speak to our challengers when they come on board and tell them this is our home. Just the same way that we love being welcomed, that initial welcome from your coach. Welcome to our team. She's anxiously awaiting for her package to arrive. And lately, all we're seeing is a lot of likes and not even a welcome. And we're a family. We are a fit family, so we need to be engaged. How do you do that? Last week, we spoke about time management. Schedule your challenge groups, support groups that you're in, and just 10 minutes of your day, just kindly just step in and share a little bit about you. You don't know what you can do for someone else by just saying, good job, oh, you're sparkling, get it, girl. Let's be motivators. Let's inspire one another to continue pushing through. This journey is lonely, and one of the reasons why we have challenge groups is, like Unera said, to have a community, to have someone to lean on, to have someone to, have as a support system. So just kindly reminder, if you are, if you have challengers, if you're a challenger yourself and don't have many, just speak to whoever you brought in and also tell them the same thing. Just share the passion of helping others and inspiring others. And the way that we can do that is by, commenting and liking posts. Say cheese. So, but you get it, right? Like, it is overwhelming sometimes of 10 minutes in your day towards the end. I usually go in the morning or at nighttime. And then we're going to stop here at this moment and ask you what you feel about the challenge groups. Because in the end, this is our groups. It shouldn't be, it's Unides and Norris's group, or it's Daisy and Giselle's group, or it's Karina's group. No, it's our. Oh, that's not my challenger. Freak that, man. It's all of us. It's all of us. Like, at the end of the day. And to be honest with you, you know how when you're in school, they buddy you up with someone because usually you don't listen to the teacher and you rather listen to your buddy than your teacher? Pretty much. Same thing happens. If you're saying it, they might believe you more than what they believe us. So the same thing happens for your challengers. When they come in, when we say something, they might listen to us and not to you. So tell us something about the challenge groups in your eyes. Something that can improve, something that you like, or anything.
So I think for me, I comment on everybody's post, and then I feel sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, and because I get encouraged and motivated by everybody's posts and comments and things, and so I feel like if I should be paying back, so sometimes I'll stop because I'm like, well, maybe I'm being too much of a pain in the ass, or maybe they don't really necessarily want a comment on this particular picture or post or whatever. So I try to balance it and not be too much.
I can say I absolutely love every time I see your comments. I see them, I'm like, oh, and I think that you're so consistent and so there to support, and I love it. So that's my opinion coming, from what I see.
I'm a piggyback on what Daisy said. I also feel that you're very motivating, and you're always there. So every time somebody posts a picture,
you always comment and you have something inspiring to say to a person. And actually met you through all the comments that you said to me. So I like when people are active, and it really is true that what Amir said, like when you see that you put a picture up and people don't just see it and like it, but they comment on it, you feel like they care about what you're putting out there.
And you have to keep in mind, we are the support group for many of these people. Most of them have not been able to tell their own family members, their husbands, their significant others that they have joined on this journey, because all of the time, if they were like me, they failed at everything that they tried. So this is being out there, you know. So by giving them a support, or giving each other a support, because I'll speak for us, we're still in the challenge, you know. When you give someone an uplifting word or a motivation, or like a tip, here, I tried this, try that, you know, you don't have to be perfect, because if we were all perfect, then we wouldn't be on this journey. But we are in the learning process, and that's what really matters. And going back to what you said, Oleja, sometimes you might feel like you're overpowering, or you're saying that if you come from a place of a goodwill, and you're doing it from the heart, I don't think anybody would misinterpret it or say something different from what you are intending to do. Speak from your heart. Sorry, I don't know. Somebody's All right. So that's our challenge group as a group, okay, where we are supposed to be accountable. Then we have which if you're on my team, it's called the Uniquely Fit Team page. This is the page in which we have files that have been formulated so that it's easy access for us to go in and use for our own benefit, to grow. On a day-to-day basis, you can tell that, you know, Norris is posting, I'm posting, and we try to do personal development, something that will motivate you, inspire you to grow into a better person. It shouldn't just be us posting. You should post your personal development. What did you learn on that day? Post something that you are applying to your life on a day-to-day basis. And in the end, this is where we add all of our coaches and all of our challengers. So it should be the place where you feel secure that we have like our close-knit team of coaches that we work with as a unit. And it's easy to go in there as opposed to the chat, because you don't have to go up to the top of the feed to read up to what things were said, but it's something that someone posted and you can go back, read, comment, and move out. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is the Uniquely Fit page. And then we have the Team Eagle page. Team Eagle is our headquarters. It's where every coach and every upline brings in their coaches. Not only from New York City, but all over US and Canada and Puerto Rico. Whoever has signed up and a member is from Team Eagle, like has fallen under Mickey Fernandez or Salvi Almonte, goes into Team Eagle. So Team Eagle is our headquarters, is where we together work to basically build, you know, our business. That's where, you know, the big, like all the news comes in, and that's where we connect for information. As leaders, we post information so that we also inspire others. Like, for example, today, Vivian Moraes was talking about her income and how it has grown in 3 years. So we have stories that we can learn from and share with other people. We have transformation stories. There are coaches there that you might want to connect with, because they might have something in common with you that maybe none of us have. And I've formed relationships with coaches who are not in my downline, and I've learned a lot from them. Actually, I have one that is like an accountability partner for me, and I've learned social media and how to do that through her. So reaching out and as again, we're a family. It's not like, oh, because she's not part of my team, I can't reach out to her, I can't comment on her picture. No, feel free to do that, because that's what we are. So, and then in the chats, we have like the emergency questions.
411.
That's like, boom, I'm in my mother's house and I don't have access to this, but I want to post. What can I say? Look, I found this. I want to share it with you. Look, this weekend I'm planning on posting this. Or I have this 200-pound lady who has diabetes. Can I have you guys done Shakeology before? Can I tell her something about it? It's kind of like, when you're in an office and you need somebody, you peek over their cubicle and you're like, hey, I need a question. How do I do this real quick? And they come in and they help. I used to do that in my school. When I needed help, my printer got jammed and I didn't know how to do something, and all of a sudden I needed to be in my classroom right away. So I would go and be like, listen, I need your help ASAP, and they would come and help me. That's what the chat room is for. All right. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this because as we grow, responsibilities get bigger. And as you can tell, I've been preparing for my trip to Dominican Republic. I'm going to be away for 3 weeks, but I'm not leaving without meeting my goals. So this week, because I have to meet SC10 before I get on that plane on August 11th. And I purposely booked my flight so that it would be on the 11th so that I can hit SC10 by the 10th. I'm working crazy. Like, I'm following, I'm posting, I'm reaching out to those people who said that they were going to purchase, because I need to hit those goals. So as you see, I'm not very active in the challenge groups. I'm not very active in our chats. I'm not very active in Team Eagle. I'm nowhere to be found. I am focused on my goals and packing my trip. So I believe we're a team and we work together, and we should have each other's back. And this is our time to shine bright and to let go of the leadership that's inside of us, because each of us are leaders. It's just a matter of believing the fact that we are, and just going out there. And don't wait till you're perfect to do something. Just do it. You know what? If you fall flat on your face, guess what? The next time you have to do it again, you won't fall flat on your face. I've put my foot in my mouth many times, and I'm okay with that, because I learn from each time. And don't be afraid. Learning is growing. And I'm going to shut up right now because I want you to talk. It's hard for me to shut up.
We know that.
Do you have something to add?
No, it's just, again, I guess it's staying engaged in all sense of the word, with the coaching, with the leading, stepping up, believing in yourself. And we are a family. So in a family, there's always someone who's in charge of something. I remember when we were growing up, my mom would give us different chores. And I think that since you're going away, we should all step up and actually show up to the group. I always see like loneliness. Like I see a few. I don't know who that is, but that hurts my ear. It's the same people over and over in the groups showing up. Yeah. So if we can have everyone participate, I think that would be a beautiful thing. It's like one of those family gatherings when everybody's like cheering and happy. It's our happy place. Like, it's nice to see the positive. I know that when I was in my challenge group, I would love to go in there and see all the positive posts. But how about us? What are we giving,
And to be honest with you, as you can tell, I did stop posting in the Coach Basics pages because nobody was following through. So what I did was I stopped, and I said, when I return in September, I'm going to use Uniquely Fit team page. I'm going to post all the files in there and have that be our home for like the coach training. Because in the end, I can't hold you accountable for learning the business. It has to be something that you want to do. Just as if your fitness and your health and your nutrition, I can only post, look, I'm having my shakes, I'm working out, I'm doing this tip today. I can only post that, but I can't do it for you. I can't do it for my challengers. So I'm holding back on that, and I apologize from the beginning because I've gotten discouraged. I have 2 groups going, and to be honest with you, they haven't been completed by most of you. So I said, you know what? Instead of like trying to go and reel people in, I'm just going to go in and post everything down and keep it there. When people feel the need to go and learn, it's going to be there. So that's basically what I'm going to do. And then come September, I will continue to do, you know, the different like 21-day business in a box. I'm going to try that. I'm thinking of different strategies that will revamp us and hold us accountable into growing our business as well. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to ask you to please share any questions that you may have, any struggles that you may be facing, anything that you feel a need that needs to be targeted right now. Things that you may be handling. It's the beginning.
I'll open the floor. I think that for me, looking back, I started coaching in February. And I remember Norris was like, oh, bring a friend, I'll help you. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll bring him in and Norris is going to tell him what to do, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, I'll guide you, but you're the coach. And I was scared off, like, you can't even imagine, like my heart racing. How can I help this? Looking now, 7 months in, what has helped me, I feel, obviously I'm not, you know, an expert, but I feel like I've grown, and it's because I show up every day. No matter how busy my day gets, I make sure to go in, check in, make sure how things are going, check with Norris. We pretty much I check in with her daily. And that's what's helped me grow. So consistency and checking in will help you learn something every day. I said something about this is like an education with everyday life for me. Because I'm not going to college, but I'm learning a lot of stuff. So consistency, and I'll stay quiet.
This is your business, guy. Thank you so much. This is your business, right? So you have the opportunity, you know, and I consider all of us a blessing, right, in our lives. It's a blessing for us to have these challenge groups, let's say, run by Norris and I, let's say. Take that opportunity and practice like if it was your own. Because ideally, what you want to do is fly, in a sense, and become your own, you know, your own challenge group. You want to lead your own challenge group with your challenges underneath. So let's say you have 5 people, then you want to lead your group. And how are you going to lead a group if you don't show up even on this one? You know what I mean? And this is a good practice for you. And the successful coaches are those who, I said, like, you know, when a business owner opens up a shop, they open whether it rains, whether it shines. It can be, my father is like that. It can be the biggest holidays, and he's like, oh, I've got to show my face there because today's going to be a big sales day. And we're like, Dad, but it's Christmas, you know, and he was like, oh, I'm closing up early, but I'm going. You know, he won't not show up. Yep. He has to be there because it's his business, you know. So the same thing happens with us. We want to make sure that we show up, even if we don't have a challenger, even if we are just on our own, even if we're just starting, we want to show up. You know why? Because the people who are watching you, and when I say show up, I mean into Instagram, into Facebook, into your own pages. People are watching you, and because you're doing something different and they haven't seen you do before, they're going to be like, something's up with Fulana. She's doing this and she's never done it before. What is it? I want to know more. And that's when they reach out to you, or they refer someone to you. This month alone, I've received 2 phone calls from people who have been referred to me because they follow me on Facebook. Maybe they don't want to do what I'm doing, but they know someone who can. So they ask them to call me. So you don't know who's watching. Just stay consistent and be yourself. And this is a business of helping people. So at the end of the day, you're helping yourself and helping others by being engaged, by being participant in these groups. There's no other way. This is a business of working with people. You can't eliminate people. This is people.
On another note,
That's Danny Johnson.
yeah, I did want to share that I got fired up after the meet and greet that you guys held in February. And I'm like, I want this. And why did I want it? Because I had, and everyone knows I'm very open, an $18,000 card note. That is what keeps me going, showing up every day, knowing that I'm going to pay it off. I showed Norris that bill today. I'm down to $3,600.
Wow, you only owe $3,000?
All I owe. And Norris saw it from my bank account. So,
Wow,
so
amazing.
I tap into my why. Why do I want this? Why do I got to show up every day? I know that card note is still there. And when I'm done with that, maybe my savings account, maybe, but there always is a reason why you show up every day. So always tap into that, and that's what fires me up.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to comment on what you were saying just a second ago about you never know who's watching you. I think it was maybe Norris who posted like to tag someone who kind of is your motivation in the group. And, you know, somebody tagged me that's not one of my challengers. I've never even spoke to this person before, but I found it so nice that she's following me within the group and that I'm inspiring her. And that's not something that I expected. So that kind of motivates me to stay on top of my game because people are watching me and people are looking to me for motivation. So that was a very good post. I think it was
People identify with us.
That was really good.
People identify with us, and something that you may do or have or look like calls on their attention. So then they feel like they don't want to fail you, and they show up because of you. And that's the beauty of this.
I think on that note also, I was kind of scared in the beginning. Like, oh my God, they're not going to like my post or anything like that. But go with your gut. Like, you know, if you think that that's something that's going to motivate others, and post it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense.
You do make sense. And you know, that's the point. You can't overthink things. I think I come from a perfectionist place, and I like to be perfect. Like, and I know I'm not perfect because that word doesn't exist. But we like to do things so well, you know, everything well planned out and everything well thought out. And life doesn't happen that way. Life is going to come at you with the biggest fast rage as it can. And you can't plan for everything. So if you feel something, as Daisy says, in your gut, you see something and you're like, wow, I never thought of that.
You don't know who you can touch that thing.
You don't know by posting that. I'll share something, like even in organizing something. I have a friend who is an organizer freak. She knows how to put things in order. Even the way that she puts her hangers one day, she shared with me, look, I twist my hanger this way so that it's easier to move the shirts that way. Simple, a hanger twist. And I did that, I applied it, and it made my closet move smoother. So you don't know the simplest things that you can share with someone that will help them. And we all have been successful in one way or another because we know how to do something that one of us doesn't. So don't hold back. Share you. Be okay with who you are. Don't wait for approval from others. That's my biggest fight right now. I don't want to be approved by anyone. I want to be approved by God. As long as He approves me, that's fine. But the rest can go to the end of me. I don't care anymore. I don't want to care. So you shouldn't either. I'm speaking so that I can listen to myself.
In other words, we all are unique and we all have something to give. So stop holding yourselves back. I posted something in both groups. I hope that you guys step out of it and know that you are a leader. We are our leaders. The only thing is that's stopping us is fear of failure, fear of forgiveness, anything, something stopping us. But at the end of the day, it's fear.
Can I touch on that? Like we were talking about this morning, I get very, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I get very like nervous right now when I talk to people. Like, I should explain it. Like when you try to explain to them, they want you to go more in detail. And sometimes I feel like I don't have all the information yet because I'm just starting. So like, I feel like sometimes I repeat myself. I feel nervous, or, you know, they ask the price. I don't know if I should tell them, if I shouldn't, you know what I mean? Because then I lose a lot of people when I do.
Don't be afraid of that, and that's normal in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary as heck to be with strangers on the phone. You don't know where they're from, you know, you're just talking to them for the first time. What I do is I act like as if I've known them for a while. And as far as pricing, if you've gone through the steps of 1 through 3, I would say, up to the point of like, this is how it works, and they automatically tell you how much is it. What I like to do is I like to give people a visual. We all love to see transformations. So I send them the program that they're, you know, I'm referring them to. For now, it's 21 Day Fix. So I show them the transformation picture, and then I show them what they're gonna get. We're visual. We want to see what we're paying and what we're putting our money into. So I send them the container pic and the transformation pictures, and then I tell them there are different packages that range from $140 to $205. The one I want to recommend for you, because I've seen the major results, is 21 Day Fix, and it's for $160. It's okay to share price, but give value along with that price, because they're just not going to get a shake or a challenge pack. Hello, we're here to give them support. You don't get that on a day-to-day. And I know that for a fact. Like, I've done other programs, Weight Watchers. Yes, you go in once a week, but you're on your own that whole week. You know, you don't have that one-on-one connection via Facebook, or have a coach that you can call or text and say, listen, I'm about to eat an Oreo. What do I do? So make sure that you give them that too. Like, you're not going to do this alone. I'm going to be your accountability partner, and we're going to do this together. So hopefully that helps you a little bit with the prices and being kind of intimidated. Just know that you're there. The person who's reaching out to you is at the same place where you were on day one. So always refer to that. And also give them examples of things. Sorry. Give them examples of things that they waste their money in. For example, I always go back to what I used to do on a day-to-day basis. How did I spend money on my breakfast? I would spend approximately anywhere from $7 to $8 just on breakfast, because I would buy myself a large coffee with a bagel and cream cheese, or a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. That was my normal. And that's not going to cost you any less than $7 or $8. And if you go to Starbucks, even more. And then add to that your lunch, because then you're now craving for more carbs. So you're getting pizza, you're getting a Subway roll, and then you're getting a Sprite. Place. I used to spend $12 when I was on my supposed diet. I would spend $12 to $13 on a salad, not adding, my fruit or brownie, because I was being healthy that day. And then this, if Shakeology, if you do it as a customer, you tell them you can spend $5 a day for a healthy meal, which is not going to give you the muffin top, or you can spend $4 a day, and I can sign you up as a coach, and you will have an actual add-in to your life. I've even shared with them, you're going to actually spend less with medication, because you're not going to need vitamins to supplement. You're not going to need doctors. Like, I've had people get off of diabetes, insulin. I've had people get off of high blood pressure medication. They no longer need the iron supplement because anemia is taken away. So people need to know that, you know what, you're actually investing in yourself. And it's an investment that, let's say, I have a Shakeology back here because she's taking this to DR. Money back guarantee. Empty bag, within 30 days, ship that little sucker back, and they'll get their money back. So what do they really have to lose? Sometimes people are just afraid, and fear is a freaking... I usually do end with that. I'll say, what else do you have to lose? 10, 15 pounds? I'll go with that. I'll lose 10 to 15 pounds. So always don't be afraid, because see, what happens is we're afraid to tell people these things. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell them the truth. How much do you pay for a pack of cigarettes? How much do you pay for a case of beer? Let's do the math.
Oh no, when you go clubbing, 140 for Grey Goose. ¿Cuál el otro?
The hookah thing.
The hookah, $20, $40, qué sé yo. People spend money on things that they don't need. Goodness gracious. So they're just giving you lies. And that's okay. They're just not ready. So don't give up on them either. They say no to you right now. And trust me, you're going to get 100 no's or even plus more no's. Follow up with them. That's where you come up with a follow-up system. The people that say no to you today will say yes to you later on down the line. I have people that have said yes to me a year later, 9 months later.
It's like that girl when we went to
I have, yeah.
she contacted me like over a month ago and she keeps saying, oh, I don't have time. And you saw today, she was like, sorry, my daughter's copying everything I'm saying. And you know, when you heard her, she was like, I have to have time to get in contact with you, but it's just some people just delay it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's up to us to follow up with them. We have less than a minute to close off the call. I don't want to leave without saying goodbye to you all in person. I will see you all in 3 weeks. I will be posting from the Dominican. I will also be trying to connect from there, but I don't know how things are over there. So I will do my best. But I hope and I pray that everyone will be intact by the time I come back.
Have fun. Take lots of pictures.
Thank you. Nada?
We're good.
We're good? We'll see each other soon.
Have a good night, guys.